Okay, folks, I've had a lot of questions about this, so I thought I'd do a YouTube live and then I'll share it over on Face Hell. But someone was I'll tell you, Steve Mantilla was over at a place and found these two flyers in the trains that he had bought. And so he said, "Here, you got to see this." And there was a picture also. But this is February 9th, 2008. And then February 14th, um, 2009. And as you can see, I put on there 19th year. Well, I never knew, I could never remember when the Dupo show at Dupo at the high school actually started. And so here's some background. If you take 2026 and you subtract 19 years from that, let's see, how do I do that last time? Oh, I'm sorry, 2026. Yeah, that was right. 2026. I'm horrible at math, but I think what you do is you take 2026 and you minus, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I'm sorry. 2009, 2009 minus 19, and you get 1990. So that is when, I don't want to mess up this flyer. I think I'll write it on the back. The show actually started in 1990. I don't know what year it was, but I took a little business card and I put it up at the library, the public library in Columbia, and I said, who was interested? Is there anyone interested in starting a model railroad club in Columbia? And I got a response, and we started. And so I'm the one that started the club, as a lot of people say someone else did, but that's a lie. Like we've been lied to all of our time here. But when I started, they decided, well, I've got access to a high school gym. Why don't we have a train show? And so in 1990, and that was the year right after my horrible Hollywood marriage divorce, 1989. That was the end of that. So we started in 1990, and I had 20 years at Dupo. So we take 1990 and we add 20 years to that. And so the Dupo show officially ended in 2010. And that was real close to me getting my business in Dupo, quit teaching, and started my store in I'm sorry, that's not right. 2010 would have given me, well, that's not going to add up because in 2001 is when I opened, 9 years, 10, and closed. Yeah, I was doing the business, and we were having the business over there under Reynolds Railways. So The official ending date at Dupo, because I was there for 20 years, was 2010. So from 1910 is what. Upon quitting, I waited about, I don't know how many years went by, 2, maybe 3, I don't know. But I said, well, I wonder if anybody else, because they said, I guess the word got out, and Fox C6 School District was um, mentioned, and they want to know what it is, but they would be interested in having an event. So I went over, and I was there for 5 years, which is normal for principals and superintendents. And so I'm just going to say 2010 plus 3 years would be 2013, and then 5 there, and that's 2018. Okay. So in 2018, I decided that I'm not going to do this anymore. Schools became a very dangerous place to have a function. And so I decided that I would shut it down. So then we go back. It's 2026. Let's see, 2018 minus. No, that's not right. It would be, what was it? We're on our 3rd year. Is that right? Yes. Next February will be our 4th year. So 2026 minus 3 years heard that I had joined the American Legion in Dupo, Illinois, and got word that they were in need of um, events. And I said, well, I could do a train show. And so we started that in 2023. Well, upon starting that, there was a gentleman that wanted to start a train show, and he's rather strong-headed. Okay. And he wanted to call his show at the Legion because the schools had said no more to train shows. And so he opened a show there, and he called it the Dupo Show. And I said, that's just eliminating the word train. And I said, it was the Dupo Show. It was a train show. It was a Dupo train show. It was just the Dupo Show. And he started to, or wanted to use that name, and was using, and still is. And I said, I'd really rather have you not use that, because they're going to think I'm involved with that. And sure enough, for probably the first 6 to 8 months, they thought I was involved with that. And I know it's not. He used my name, and I told him I really wish he wouldn't, but he did it anyway, and he won't stop. So that's why the Dupo Show is still being used by him at the Legion. He pays for everything, whereas my show is part of the Sons of American Legion. So the payment is, they get everything. I do the tables, and but he pays for everything. And well, the Dupo Show isn't copyrighted. There's no law against using it again. It's just a matter of morals and ethics, and unfortunately. So that I can't do anything about that. Okay. Uh, 2 shots and a booster, and your DNA is changed forever, and you become a completely different individual. And I'm seeing that now. I just got a report that unfortunately I have to go through 2026. Now, I don't know if what I've been told is anything dealing with, quote, alien disclosure, alien attack, alien whatever, is not going to be in 2026. It will be next year sometime, whenever. Does that include the emergency broadcast system? And nobody knows that either. So, dealing with this, our show is next February, and I guess we're going to be having that show. And we're going to have many more. For instance, the prototype show at the Gateway Center in Collinsville is on the 24th and 25th of this month, July. And that is not a train show. It is a specialty show, $35 for both days. You cannot believe. You need to go to their site. I believe it's stlprototype.com, something, or STL. I don't know. Look up Prototype Show in St. Louis. All of it's there. In August, the Transport Museum here in St. Louis is having a show on August 1st. No, I'm not in that because it's outside and I don't do 110. Okay, I don't do that degrees. At the end, on the August 29th, is the Boeing Train Show, their second show of the year. The very next day is the Hot Wheels show that I'm hoping at the Collinsville VFW. In September, looks like I'm going to be going. This is the fairgrounds in Indiana. This will take me 11, 12, and 13. It's a 2-day NMRA event, and it is going to be, I travel on the 11th, and it is a phasmatorical show, and it's going to be something. The very next weekend on the 19th is our IPMS Model Club meet. This time we're going to be at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Highland, Illinois. On the 26th of September is the second Pacific Train Show of the year. That's in Pacific, Missouri at the Eagles Lodge. Bob Flora, Flora's Electric Trains, will be running that. And then take you into October, I'm going back to Indiana. And that's going to be Naptown Train Show. And I leave on Friday, come back Saturday night. The very next 2 weeks, October 17th, Iron Spike Train Show at the Rec Center. That's a brand new location. And at the very end, we have the NMRA, the MMVA, I'm looking at something else, MMVA Model Car Show at Kirkwood Community Center. And at the very end on, I don't know how you're doing this on October 31st. That's Halloween, okay? But they're going to have they're going to have their speed shop over there, the Comic-Con over in St. Charles, Missouri. You get into November, and we have on Saturday, November 7th is, can't see it, I printed it too small, NMRA Model Train meet at the VFW in Collinsville. And then on November 20th, y'all can send me birthday presents. That's my birthday. Brings you into December, and the December 5th, the Gateway Beer and Brat Train Show, which is another great show, is going to be on that date. Now, I know that there is another show in December, I think. I have not heard anything. I'm needing to contact her and find out. But when the next After the Storm train show, it's supposed to be in December, and I think it is, but I need flyers and I need a date. So, and that will fill out the year. So that's when the Dupo Show started, and that's all there is to know about the Dupo Show. It's at the Legion. Unfortunately, that's not my show, but Sons of American Legion, that's next year. That'll do it. Now you know. How do you stop this thing? End it. Okay.